Jungle.
Story Collection presents Morning News. Good mornings. The headlines. Growth in industrial output at 5 months low of 4.1% in March. UAE announced exit from OPEC group. U.S. President unhappy with Iran's peace proposal. Assembly passes resolution on reservation for women. Commercial LPG. Black market inflating food bills in city. Rise in fire emergencies 2026 April records highest incidents. MP government sets 60 days deadline for UCC draft bill forms committee. CITU knocks on ILO's door over separation of workers' right. The news in detail. Growth in the index of industrial production (IIP) slowed to a 5-month low of 4.1% in March 2026. The first month of data after West Asia crisis began pulled down by near halving in construction sectors growth rates and low growth in consumer central sector. Data released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation on Tuesday showed that growth in the IIP has been slowing since January, even before the West Asia crisis broke out on February 28. Economists point out that the full economic impact of crisis will play out over the next few months. For all, the full financial year 25-26 growth in the IIP stood at 4.1%, marginally faster than the 4.07% record in 2024-25. According to the modern Subnavis chief economist at the Bank of Baroda, the growth of 4.1% in March is impressive given that core sectors' growth was negative for the month. Data released earlier this month had showed that the 8 core sector which marked up to 40% of IIP has contracted 0.4% in March. U.S. President Donald Trump is unhappy with the latest Iranian proposal of resolving the 2-month war, a U.S. official has said. Dampening hopes for a resolution of a conflict that has killed thousands, disrupting energy supplies and fuel inflation, Iran's latest proposal would set aside discussion on its nuclear program until the war. On 4th, following a ceasefire announced earlier this month is ended and disputes over shipping from the Gulf are resolved. Mr. Trump, whose proposal rates are falling amid domestic pressures to even war for which he has given shifting rationales, is unhappy with the proposal as he wants nuclear issue dealt with from the outside, said U.S. official brief on President's Monday meeting with his advisors. White House spokesperson Olivia Wells said the U.S. has been clear about our red lines as it seeks to end the war. The UAE announced on Tuesday that it will leave the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries (OPEC) effective May 1, stripping the oil cartels of one of these largest producers and further weakening its leverage over global oil supplies and price. Making the announcement via its state-run news agency, the UAE said it would also be leaving the wider OPEC group, which Russia had led the order to try to stabilize oil prices. The decision reflects the UAE long-term strategic and economic visions involving energy profile, including accelerated investment in domestic energy production and reinforce its commitment to responsible, reliable, and forward-looking role in global energy markets, the UAE said. The Delhi Assembly on Tuesday passed a resolution condemning the opposition attempt to overturn the measures undertaken the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP)-led central government for the empowerment of women through reservation. On April 17, a united opposition defeated the Constitution 131st Amendment Bill 2026, which sought to redistribute Lok Sabha seats on the basis of the 2011 census to expedite the implementation of 33% reservation for women in parliament and assemblies through the Nari Shakti Vandana Adhiniyam 2023. Earlier on Tuesday, BJP's MLAs led by Chief Minister Rekha Gupta had a protest at the assembly against the anti-women stance of opposition parties. The Aam Aadmi Party (AAP), the only one-day special assembly session called the eve of voting for the second phase of the West Bengal Assembly poll was grim-mick. AAP MLA Kuldeep Kumar said opposition has supported the women quota bill in 2023 and accused the BJP of engaging in gimmicks during assembly election. Several restaurants and eatery owners in Delhi are buying commercial LPG cylinders at higher prices from the black market, which has led to higher price for all food and beverages from tea to dal, spot checks by the Hindu have found. At his tea stall in the Bhogal, Mahesh Kumar says he has been struggling to get commercial cooking gas cylinder. The situation has improved slightly now. We are getting 14 kg domestic cylinder for 2,000 to 2,500 during its March. In the initial days of the war, I bought a cylinder for 3,500. Moreover, I had to close the shop for 3 days as I could not buy even that price, he said. A 20-year-old student and his minor cousin were killed when a good carrier hit their motorcycle on Ashoka Road in New Delhi on Monday night. The police said the two were returning home and watching an Indian Premier League IPL match. The Madhya Pradesh government has constituted a high-level committee headed by retired Supreme Court Judge Justice Ranjan Prasad to examine the legal, social and administrative framework of the Uniform Civil Code (UCC) in the state and prepare a draft bill. According to an issue late on Monday night, the 6-member panel will also comprise IAS officer Shatrughat Singh, legal expert Anup Nair, and academician Gopal Sharma, social worker Budwal Singh, additional secretary in the General Administration Department Ajay Kathia said. The committee has been asked to submit a draft bill along with a detailed report of its findings to the state government within 60 days. In Madhya Pradesh, marriage, divorce, maintenance, inheritance and other related matters are governed by a separate provision under various personal and family laws. In the current context, there is a need to comprehensively examine these laws and develop uniform, balanced and practical legal framework, ensuring equality, justice and legal clarity for citizens, stated the order issued by the Law of Legal Affairs Department. As many as 142 guest lecturers in Delhi face termination of service for legally refusing to perform their statutory duty as census enumerators, with the administration terming the act gross negligence and indiscipline. In the letters, the Director of Education dated April 24 and all Delhi district magistrates said the teachers had declined to carry out as assigned census work. The district magistrate requested that their service be discontinued for terminated for immediate effective. Before end the bulletins, the headlines once again. Growth in industrial output at 5 months low of 4.1% in March. UAE announced exit from OPEC group. U.S. President Donald Trump unhappy with Iran peace proposal. Assembly passes resolution on reservation for women. That is the end of the morning news. Have a nice day. Terrorism remains the most serious threat to global peace and the emerging world order, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said while addressing the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Defense Minister meeting in Bishkek. Emphasizing zero tolerance, he called for a unified and consistent approach to eliminate terrorism, extremism, and radicalism in all forms. Mr. Singh underscores that terrorism cannot be justified under any circumstances, assessing that it has no nationality and no theology. He stressed that no grievance, real or perceived, can excuse violence against innocent people. The Congress on Monday sharpened its attack on the centers over the implementation of the Women's Reservation Law, with Party General Secretary Communication Jairam Ramesh urging the Prime Minister to converse at all-party meeting to involve a consensus roadmap. In a post on a social media platform X, Mr. Ramesh said that with the election campaign now over, the Prime Minister should act on the opposition demand raised consistently since and march for consultation on operationalizing the Nari Shakti Vandana Adhiniyam to 2023. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday accused opposition parties such as the Congress, the Samajwadi Party, SP and others alleged the stalling amendment to the Women Reservation Bill in Parliament. Addressing a Jan Aros Mahila Sammelan in the Lok Sabha constituency Varanasi, Mr. Modi assured women that he will leave no stone unturned to ensure that their right to reservation in legislation body is implemented. These dynastic parties are unwilling to permit the daughters of our nations to reach the assembly and parliament. They are aware that if the daughters who are active in community ascend to the leadership position, they will lose their grip on power. The authority will be challenged. This is reason why the dynasty parties have taken the lead in the protests within parliament. The sisters and daughters of the nation have discerned their malicious intentions, he said. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday said Sikkim out-taught the rest of the country by at least a decade to adopt and create a national template for organic farming. He also urged people visiting the Himalayan state to set aside 5% of their budget to buy local products and habits that can go a long way to helping in India's attaining the goal of self-sufficiency. Document placed on record in the Supreme Court's law WhatsApp asserting to the Home Minister that it detected and banned up to 9,400 accounts linked to the digital arrest and law enforcement impersonation of the independent investment. The platform, it said, focused on bringing down the entire network scamsters mostly active in Cambodia.